As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learn about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.
Let me do this over. I think there was something went on where no one was hearing me a while ago. Was that so? Yes.
Yes, nobody wasn't hearing you.
Okay, let me do that. So I do apologize about that. I don't know what's going on with the system here. Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Mek Wi Talk program. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tavares. Jamaica tourism sector is open for business. Tourists are landing, hotels are opening, beachfront properties are booming with tourists. But in Western Jamaica, and many Jamaicans are still in shelters. In the dark of the night, no light, no water, no food, no security. Weeks after Hurricane Melissa. And the questions Jamaicans at home and in the diaspora are asking, how can the tourism sector be fully opened when our own people are still left in the cold? Is it the case of imagination? Is it the case that we don't have a caring government? Or is it the case that they're putting the business of the country before the people? This evening, I have with me a retired nurse in the Jamaican diaspora, Laverne Myrie. Welcome to the program, Miss Myrie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tavares.
And I must say welcome to those who are watching us on Cayman Mall Road over there in the Cayman Islands. Welcome to the program. Those who are watching us beyond the shores of Jamaica and around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. This is Mek Wi Talk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Miss Myrie, before we go any further, tell Jamaicans, both in Jamaica, around the world, who you are.
Well, I am a Jamaican. I am a original Kingstonian Jamaican, and I have family come from Westmoreland, which was hit very drastically in the storm. I also has lived in New York for about 30 years and now living in Maryland. I practiced nursing for about 35 years, and my family is integrally connected to Jamaica still, so it weighs on my heart now when I see the perils of our people. And I just don't understand where the government is going with their mindset. It's boggling my thought.
You know, many will be saying, hey, they have to open for tourists because Jamaica need the benefit of the tourism sector in a sense. My question to you tonight, as a Jamaican living in the diaspora, what would you say to the Minister of Tourism if I get the chance to speak to him pertaining to the opening of the tourism sector in our country?
Well, I would tell Mr. Bartlett that no is not the time for that because you have persons that are still treading water, persons that are still living out in the open where they have mosquitoes biting them up, rain pelting them on their heads. They have no roof, they have no window, no door. Persons that are still smelling the stench of dead animals that have washed up when the waters still have not receded. So we need to focus on our people, get them situated safely before we think about making business our priority and making more money. I think we can withstand a couple of months of just focusing on the people because we've gotten great outpouring of support from all over America, Europe, Asia, and many countries. So we're not hurting right now, and I believe that the tourism sector can withstand it.
You know, I have been speaking to a lot of Jamaicans in the diaspora, including yourself, and many of them are saying that what the minister is doing is not right because Jamaicans are still languishing in the
Mhm.
element of the night. Many diaspora members send money home. Do you feel the contribution is being, you know, through the government? The contribution is being given fairly to the people?
No, not at all. I am very, very upset about that because I cannot see where the millions of dollars that the countries are giving is going. I watched a parliamentary meeting the other day where Holness came to parliament and he was asked by the opposition where the money is. Can he give a allocation? Can he give a tally of how much? And all he said is, "Well, I didn't come prepared with that, but the next meeting I will. But I know that there are those that are saying that I'm stealing the money or I'm mishandling the money. I am misappropriating funds." So my question is this to him. If I were there, I would say, well, since you know that some are saying that you're misallocating funds, right? Why did you not come prepare with the tally sheets? Why did you not come with the accounting to show where the money is, who gave the money, what is the source of it, and what is the amount we have now? And secondly, when do you plan on implementing those funds into helping the people? Because the first things that we have to do as a nurse is to get the people to safety. That's my concern. People are not safe. They're in stagnant water. They don't have clean water. They're living with rain coming on their head. You have children that are exposed to leptospirosis. They're now exposed to cholera in the water. Disease is going to be rampant. And if those disease spread in Jamaica, we're too small to withstand it. It's going to wipe us out. This is going to become a tsunami of medical concern. So, what they need to do, get those people out of those areas immediately, bring them to safety. They can put up a tent city. We have enough space and in all over other parts of Kingston that was not ruined. You also have several empty hotels. It's not tourist season going on now. Those hotelers have made money off of Jamaica. They've made millions. They pay little to no taxes. So they can give back to Jamaicans by putting Jamaicans that are homeless in their empty hotels so they can be safe, get the children into those places, and then they can make an agreement with the government to even, let's say, the government give them 20%, 30%. But that could be their philanthropical response for the way that Jamaica has been so good to them. And they have all made millions off of Jamaica. Rather than to have the hotels empty and people sleeping out a door, mosquito bite them up, and they're all out there to the elements, people living in degradation. And then you have wholeness saying, well, I don't want persons coming down here anymore, giving out any more scandal bag of food because it doesn't look good on the media. People are running towards the trucks and they're looking like scavengers in Gaza. Hello? That's what's going on. We are living like scavengers. So even though it may not look good on your photo op, it is what it is. So now he says he's going to give out food cards. How are the people going to get to the supermarket to use the card? They
Where's
have
the
no.
supermarkets, by the way? Hold on for me, Miss Williams. You know, I heard the premise or something like that, you know. But the fact of the matter is, where is the supermarket? There is
Exactly.
not one supermarket in Sentence when it's open. It's all
None.
gone.
None. They've all been flattened. And if you can get to a neighboring community with a supermarket, how are you going to go? There's no taxi coming to your disheveled area. And if you can walk 5 or 10 miles to get a taxi, you don't have any taxi fare. You don't have no fridge to put food in. You don't have no kind of storage system. You don't have no place to go. How you gonna do this? There's no transportation. Now I hear he's giving supplies to the police department. And he's telling persons to go to the police department and pick up supply. Again, transportation is a problem. How are the people going to make it from where they are in their destructive communities to these police stations? So you see, it's just not viable.
You live in the Jamaican diaspora. You're a retired nurse. I know maybe you're not a psychiatrist or a psychologist rather or whatever, but you live in you live in the United States. You're looking at what is going on in Jamaica right now. From your point of view, what do you think about the mental psyche of the Jamaican people?
I think the people are in trauma. Right now, the Jamaican people are in trauma. The children are traumatized, the adults are traumatized, and they're going to have this PTSD disorder that the soldiers came back with from Afghanistan and every other place. Because when people face traumatic issues in life, it's very difficult for you to get that out of your mind and to proceed and to have a healthy life. You have to have treatment. We're going to have mental health therapists come into Jamaica because we don't have many right now of our own. We're going to have to fly them in and have people treated. These children that are 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, 10, 12, 15, they have seen so much. They have seen loss. They've seen death. They've heard screams of death. They've seen dead bodies. They've seen so much horrific loss. And that's going to stay with them. They're going to have nightmares. The adults are going to be in mental distress because people have lost everything: their home, their shops, their building, their memories. You know, you've lost everything. Think about if you wake up tomorrow and everything in your home just disappears. That
Mhm.
is just total emotional devastation. It's a wonder to me that those people are not walking around in a catatonic state because they have lost everything. When I see them on these broadcasts on CNN, Fox, and all these other things, I see people just looking like they're just destitute. They look like they're living in degradation and they're running around in these clothes that look like they haven't been washed. They've been wearing these clothes for days. Their hair look dirty. They haven't shampooed their hair. You can see the women don't have hygiene items. And it's terrible.
So do you think when the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, Miss Mary, as a nurse, public health individual, do you believe that the government should have put in place where people can go and wash and take a shower and everything? Do you think the government should have done something like that?
Most definitely. As a matter of fact, I've been sitting here wondering why that was not priority number one. Get people to safety, number one. Okay. Then you give them basic hygiene needs. Because just to take a shower, brush your teeth, comb your hair, put on deodorant, that can make a human being feel 10 times better than to sit there in dirty clothes, can't shampoo, your body can't be clean. You feel 10 times worse. And it comes, your self-esteem is now being challenged because now you've been reduced to living like an animal. The government should have put these things in place. And that's why I said, I do not understand why the Minister of Health is not doing more. And now I can answer my own question because he's not a medical doctor. Because
Mhm.
unfortunately, Jamaica have an ism schism when it comes to putting people in places in government. They put their friends who they play domino with. They put their friends who they made a business deal with, or they put their friends that they went to college or high school with. And they'll say, yeah, man, you can't get this office, man. Me and you are friend. It can't work. And you don't know a damn thing. And you go in there like an idiot And now, when you're hit with a real world crisis and the world is looking at you, you're fumbling and stumbling, and people are dying, people are suffering because you put your friends in, and you're still too proud to admit that you need to do something differently. Because what Andrew Holness can do is get a team of doctors that we have right there between UWI and the other hospitals and have them come into the Ministry of Health and say, all right, this is what we need to do. We even need to start looking at immunizing people. Because, like I said, there's a lot of disease. We need to look at even getting people antibiotic treatments, because I'm sure there's people now that have gotten bacteria and viruses from being in these murky waters.
Mhm. Do you believe that the government of Jamaica sent the wrong message to Jamaicans in the diaspora?
Absolutely. They're sending a message that everything is hunky dory, everything is nice and copacetic. I saw in the diaspora meeting the other day that Holness had the nerve to go say how he has been getting compliments from world leaders, that how he's doing a good job. And I would ask Andrew Holness, did those world leaders come to Jamaica and tour the areas of devastation when they told you that? How
Well,
can they ascertain?
you have members of CARICOM who came to Jamaica and tour with him.
Well, when they came, CARICOM, I don't think CARICOM really can understand the depth of it, because a lot of these countries in CARICOM, remember, they're third world countries too. So to them, they're like, okay, ho hum, this is just a natural. But you need to bring countries there like America, Canada, England, Switzerland, Italy, Germany, France. Let those countries come, because they have a higher standard of living, okay? And they're going to see that this is not normal. This is not something that we should be able to withstand. Our people should not be faced like this. This is worse than Gaza. You have people tearing down trucks that come to give food, and there's a riot. The police are even saying that they don't want to go into those areas because people are trying to climb into the police cars. One police officer, I heard him on the news, he was saying that he has been traumatized by seeing the suffering and the people there living like animals. He said it looked like a bomb hit the country. So now, even the police, they're going to need mental health care too, aside from the people that live there.
And I need to get somebody, because I'll tell you something, Miss Mary. When you ask members of the government to come on their platform here, this platform, they refuse to come, because they dubbed the Mek Wi Talk program as a member of the PNP and all sort of bloody stupidness. You invite everybody to come on, because we need to figure out how to rebuild this country and
Mhm.
how we can get our people the medical help that they seek.
They're not
My,
going to come because they don't have any answers, and they're going to be shamed and disgraced because their incompetence is going to be on full view. These people are incompetent, they're inept, and they're inexperienced. They have a position that they're not worthy to have. Most of them do not have a degree to even fulfill the position, much less the everyday experience. I could understand if they had experience in something and they said, okay, well, I may not have the degree, but I have the experience. They don't even have that, because Mr. Tufton, our healthcare minister, if you remember, in the previous administration, he was the Minister of Agriculture.
yes.
Okay? So you've gone from taking care of trees and bush to now taking care of human bodies. How does that work? Okay, and then we have these people there now who are so-called minister of finance. Where did they get their training and their experience? Do they even have an accounting degree? Likely not.
The current Minister of Finance, Favor Williams, she has an accounting degree in finance. Of course, she does.
Okay, the current one now, but the one
Yes.
before,
You
yeah,
mean
wasn't it Audley
Nigel?
Shaw? Oh, Nigel Clark. Nigel Clark.
Nigel has one.
Okay, and Audley Shaw. What is his what do you call it? His qualifications. I mean, I've never
I
heard
think
him.
I think Audie has an accounting degree. I'm not sure. Let me not quote on that one. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But based
Well,
on all of this, though, Miss Mary, do you believe that the Jamaican government now should have a board set up with civil society and members of the Jamaican diaspora to see where the money is being spent?
absolutely. They need to have a board. They need to have someone to give accountability to. The government cannot be where Holness is the prime minister, his wife is the leader for the house, because this is too much corruption. We need to have an outside board looking at this where it is comprised of members of the community, members of the diaspora, that I can be objective from both parties. Because we know they're going to scream about how PNP is this and that. So let it be from both parties. We have everyday members off the street, and you have some parliamentary heads, and we have people from all different walks of life. Because right now, there's no accountability, and everybody is just in this shroud of secrecy. I still want to know, where is the money that has been donated? Why are people still living in horrific conditions that are unsafe? When is that money going to be implemented? How do they plan to implement the money? And how long is it going to take? We're now 8 weeks post hurricane, and we still have people living out a door. Right? We still have people with no refrigeration, people who have medication needs. We have diabetics, hypertensive. You have people that are having kidney disease. You have children that have all kinds of different ailments. You have elderly who are, some of them, going through cardiac disease, cancer. Okay, medications that are dire to keep people alive. Some medications have to be refrigerated, and they don't have any fridge. They don't have any pharmacy. They don't have any supermarket. How are these people being treated? These people are being left to the wayside while Andrew Holness is traipsing all over America. He's at Jamal Bryan's church in Atlanta. He's going around everywhere looking for money and getting more money. And yet we're not seeing anything. There's no changes. People are still the same way they were 8 weeks later. This is unsustainable. And it's a shame. It is a shame on Jamaica. The world is watching. And if I was a tourist, I wouldn't even want to come to Jamaica, because I would be ashamed of the way that the Jamaican government have their people living.
I said it on this platform here after the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. I came on here and I said that there is a humanitarian crisis looming in Western Jamaica. I went as far and said that the government have the authority, the prime minister have the ultimate power to commandeer a hotel and say to the owner of that hotel, I am commandeering this hotel because my people need somewhere to stay. Nobody pay me any mind. And Jamaicans are still living in Westmoreland, in St. Elizabeth, in Trelawney, wherever, as if they're not Jamaicans. And all you can hear is people going down there to give them stuff. I heard the Minister of Energy, Tavares, said that the people need light. He's going to give the people light after light after light after light. My question to Minister Voss tonight, though, are you going to give them light when they don't have a roof over their head, sir?
Exactly. Where they gonna plug in the light? Where's the light gonna be? Right now they're living off of the light from the sky. They're living off the light from the stars at night and the sun hot that burned them up in the daytime. So where is that? Then today I heard JPS come out there say that they're going to increase the rate to 7%. How are you going to add 7% to what you're not even giving people? Because I know my house in Jamaica, I don't have any light. I'm in Negril, right? Right there in Westmoreland, and we have no light. I have persons around me that my neighbors tell me they're using generator. So if people are using these generator now, which is not being fueled by electricity, why is it that JPS is still giving people bill? I get a bill here the other day for JPS and Flow. So Flow is for my internet. If I have no electricity, I can't use internet. So why am I getting a bill? And for 6 and 7,000. So these things need to be addressed, because what other countries do is, when you have these major disasters, they stop the billing. You don't get billed. And worse off, we're getting billed for services that we're not using, we're not getting.
Miss Mary, our country is faced with a fundamental problem, ma. And the late Will Mutty Perkins have always been saying this. Scarce benefits and spoils carry on by hostile tribe. Practically at war.
Yeah.
When you have a government or a country that doesn't own anything for itself, and it depends on what sort of thing that they signed behind closed door on the behalf of the Jamaican people. They can't go back and say, look here, don't build the people nothing. Because many of these so-called leaders of our country, and people don't like when I talk, that's why they don't come on my program, get money under the table.
Yes, you're right. You're talking the truth. There's a lot of payoff and bribery going on, and
Both
they're
sides of the
taking,
fence.
yeah, they're taking money to sell out their own people. But what they don't understand is that people are getting fed up, and Jamaica is going to have a revolt if things do not change. People are getting angry. People are realizing now that they have been taken for a ride and that they are being used and abused. And you can only do that to people but for so long. And eventually you're going to have an uprising. And it looks to me like that's probably what Andrew Holness want, because I suspect he has already been in some talks already secretly with other government and has sold Jamaica out. Because there's some things that I've noticed that just does not pass the smell test. Because why is it for the first time now we have Marco Rubio from America coming to Jamaica? We've never had anybody from America come to Jamaica like that in that capacity, right?
Yes, man. No. We have. Back in the
What?
days, you have Mike Pompeo went to Jamaica. You have Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. She came to Jamaica, man.
Well,
You
they
have
when
done that before.
they came and they give speeches. I remember, but I don't remember them having closed door meetings. Do
Of
you?
course I do.
Closed door meetings,
Yes,
really?
they do.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
I
they do.
stand corrected.
Yes, they do. I'm not taking it for anybody, but they have done that before.
Well, let's just say I don't trust Marco Rubio and who sent him.
And let me say something to you. I don't wish you to speak. I don't wish you to talk American politics on this program. I don't talk American politics in this program. I just
Well,
leave
you're
American
right. You're
politics
right. We
alone.
don't even need to discuss them
You
because
know,
that is not relevant.
I'm talking about Jamaica, the land
Well,
of wood and water, where our people, our Jamaican people, right now, JPS is getting a loan of how much $1 billion,
mm-hmm.
and yet the government of the day allow the OUR to raise 7% on people's light bill, and come next year, starting January, another how much percent not go on, February how much percent not go on, and you hear nothing from the government of the country about it, while
Nothing.
Jamaicans are living out in the cold. As a Jamaican living in the diaspora, Miss Marion, as a nurse, what would you say to the government of Jamaica now when it comes on to the health sector in the western part of Jamaica?
They need to hurry up and get a hospital built or some sort of a makeshift hospital, because right now you have persons that I said before have not had their medications. They have not been getting their treatments. And when you don't get your treatments, you get desperate and things get dire. So they need to come up with some sort of makeshift hospital, because Savlamar Hospital is destroyed. Okay, but then I know they have a new hospital there. It's a private hospital, and I don't think I heard it.
With all fairness, though, Black River have a makeshift hospital, and
Right.
I think there's a makeshift hospital. There's a field hospital rather in Black River, and there's a field hospital somewhere in Westmoreland, and I don't remember exactly where. And
I
feel
don't
free to correct
know where in Westmoreland, but I know the one in Black River, and I know that they have a lot of people from different countries that are staffing it, and they're open
me. Right.
24 hours, which is good. But they need to do a little bit more. They need to start to reconstruct these hospitals, because while the field hospitals are there addressing the immediate need, they still have to work on rebuilding those hospitals, and it shouldn't take that long because it's been 8 weeks. They can request to have other countries send in building materials and even send workers, because they had workers come from China already and help them build that highway from Kingston to Orchie. So why can't they bring workers to come in now and help to rebuild these hospitals and get them up to snuff? It's taking too long.
Well, Jamaicans in the diaspora tonight are very upset. This is the Mek Wi Talk program. We're coming to you live on Cayman Mall Road in the Cayman Islands, and we're also live all over the world. I am Jeffrey Tavares, your host. I'm speaking to a retired nurse, Miss Mary, a Jamaican, and she said she come from Negro. Maybe me and she related, to come to think of it. My
All,
question though,
all of it related.
my question to you tonight though is this: is if the education system in Jamaica, Western Jamaica, do you think that what they should have done in the first aftermath of this hurricane is to literally figure out a way how they can get students back to school in Western Jamaica?
Absolutely. That's what I've been wondering about is where are the children headed? Because this happened in October. School had just started 2 months. So now the children has lost October, November, December. So almost 3 months now the children have lost of school. And Prime Minister, I heard him say the other day that he's planning on opening something in January, but I don't know exactly what that is and how are they going to make up for the loss of what the children has lost in all these months. They should have had something up by now. That's what I'm telling you. If they had just taken the people out of these areas, brought them to safety in those empty hotels, which would have been ideal. Put them in those empty hotels. They could have brought the teachers there, and the teachers could have been working there. They could have been teaching school in those areas. They have conference rooms and they have all kinds of different meeting rooms in the hotels. Those are the ideal places to educate the children. And then the children would be safe. They're getting 3 meals a day. They're warm. They have their showers. They're getting their hygiene needs met. And they're mentally safe. They're sociologically safe. So now this would have been a great opportunity for the government to actually act on behalf of the people. But I don't know why these people cannot think logistically. I mean, even though we know that's not their forte, but they have an education minister, I would think that he would think to do that.
She.
She rather, because the other gentleman he's gone. But why has that not come up as a forefront to them to think about the educational needs of the children? Rather than to just have these children sitting home every day in the dire straits that they're living in, getting further traumatized. That does not serve anybody any good. And how are they going to keep up with their studies? Because now it looks to me like everybody's going to have to repeat this grade. Everybody's going to have to get left back for another year because I don't see how they're going to make up in in just 1 month in January.
Mhm.
They can't complete the whole school year. They're going to have to be some kind of redundancy.
You are a member of the Jamaican diaspora. You have talked to a lot of Jamaicans in the diaspora here. What are you here? What are they saying to you? What are Jamaicans
Everybody,
saying?
well, the people here are very upset and they're concerned because they're wondering why their relatives are still living in these horrific conditions. And 90% of the people want to know where's the money going. Everybody has donated. Everybody has seen the donations at our churches. We've taken up donations, massive donations in our churches, massive donations in our communities, our supermarkets, our school. We're getting donations from everybody because Jamaica is well known across the world. Everybody, once we tell them that we're Jamaican, oh, we're so sorry, your country suffered such a devastating loss. What can we do? And when we tell them, they are digging in their pockets and they're giving money. And everybody wants to know here, we've done the work, we've solicited money, we've sent it to Jamaica. Why have we not seen that money implemented in a way that can make a difference in the lives of our family members? People have gone down there that I know in the diaspora, taken food, clothing, provisions, to their family members, generators. People have taken time off of their job to do that, and money has been raised. So everybody is wondering, where's the money? What is going on? What are they doing? Because from where we sit, it looks like the government is in a period of stagnation.
Hmm. Do you believe that the government should be given the at a press conference, given the Jamaican people and Jamaicans in the diaspora and around the world in the Eastern Caribbean a tally of how much money is in the kitty?
Absolutely. They should come to every meeting and say how much are they getting every week because donations are still pouring in. Okay? So they need to give us a weekly tally of how much money is coming in, where the money is coming for, and where the money is going to be allocated to. Because I'm hearing now from Prime Minister Holness that the money is going to be allocated to rebuilding housing. That's all I'm hearing. I'm not hearing about nothing else but rebuilding housing. And my question with the housing is this. Are these areas that were hit, are they going to be geologically feasible to rebuild? Have they employed any geologists to come to Jamaica and come and make geological assessments to see if the ground is strong enough for them to build on? Or are they just going to arbitrarily go build and then next thing another hurricane come and wash away the house again? Have they contacted any engineers? You know, because we need to know about that. These things have to be done for you to go because basically they're going to be rebuilding communities and cities all over again. They're starting from scratch. So you have to have competent people that know about these environmental issues because we don't know if the sources of clean water, if we're going to be able to get that again, because now we've had the river rise up, washed out roads. We don't know if that water is contaminated for how long. Is it going to be clean again? How does it get clean again? What has to be done? Can you fish in it again? Can you drink that water again? You know? So these are the studies that I want to see, and others in the diaspora. We talk about this all the time. We want to see these things done. And I don't know if he's doing these things behind closed doors. I would hope he is, but I doubt it. Because if he was doing these things, he would be talking about it. Because he loves to talk and boast about everything he does. So I would imagine he would talk about that.
You know, so many containers and food supplies are heading to Jamaica. I'm being told right now that the wharf is packed to capacity. Some stuff are still on the wharf languishing. And even up here in the United States, things are getting out of hand in a sense of shipping down things to Jamaica. There's so many things at the wharf up here to send out to Jamaica. Jamaica is running over. Some of the stuff that come off the wharf on now. My question to you tonight, though, what would you do, or what would you say to the Jamaican government when it comes on to stuff at the wharf? I am being told that if you ship stuff to the disaster preparedness or DPM, you don't pay for certain things. But if you ship them directly to you or to family members, you pay. In a time of natural disaster, do you believe that the government should have opened up the things? I mean, they did it before, but you think they should have extended to maybe next year, August?
I believe they should extend it for the next year because it makes no sense to have persons paying for things going to them directly when they need it. Because you have to try to get out this middleman because having to go to the ORS, that's what I think that's what's causing the clogging and the backlog because it has to go through too many administrative channels and they need to hire more people. Daryl Vaz needs to get on top of this. Okay, he needs to get more. If the problem is manpower, you have enough people in Jamaica looking work that you can employ people and have people go down to that wharf and do the job that is necessary to facilitate, the paperwork going fluid. Because right now everything is stagnant. And if I remember correctly, when I go to wharf, I usually see two people in office. Two. Okay. And if one go to lunch, dog eat your supper because you have to wait till that somebody come back and god forbid he get hit by a bus that make it even worse. Okay, so you better pray he come back healthy.
I want to answer a question here in the chat room by someone. I don't normally do this, but I have to do this. Why is it that the UDC is assisting to clean up Black River? Why not the ODPM? Well, the Urban Development Corporation of Jamaica, they're responsible for mainly, let me not, they're responsible for a lot of things in Jamaica. So there's nothing wrong with the UDC cleaning up Black River, help to clean up Black River. There's nothing wrong with that. What we should be asking is this. I don't know what genius or what brave mind decide to get rid of the Public Works Department in our country. What we should be asking is that the government of the day revisit the idea of having the Public Works Department in every single parishes in this country.
Yes.
Because back in the days, when you have the public works department, they have their bulldozers and have everything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait on central government to come down. Nowadays, if a disaster hit, you have to wait for Kingston to come down.
Mm-hmm.
And for Kingston to go ahead to ask Brushy Foot, God bless his soul, the late Brushy Foot, if they can use brushes backhoe to clear roads, or the late Cusses of Westmoreland, Jim Thompsons, who used to have his farmers and cane things or whatever, if they can use their own to clear the road. Back in the days when you have the public works department, there was no such nonsense.
No, things ran more efficient.
Thank you. So that is why what we must ask, though, and what we must demand of the government, whether it be PNP or JLP, is to implement back the public works department.
Yes,
I do
yes.
not know if it was the PNP who get rid of it or the JLP who get rid of it, but one of these genius did, and it don't make any sense.
It doesn't, because the parish council, they used to have all of the equipment there, and they knew all of the things that was going on. They had their hands on the pulse of the situation. Parish council were vital to the area, and they were able to get the supplies that we needed. But now they've gotten rid of them, and everything has to come from Kingston, from the minister's office. And then, because of the way the politics is, this one not given to that one, as you know, because right now we have PNP areas that are not getting anything. And the JLPs, they're getting it, and they're not even as hard hit. And I'm being told by people on the ground that what they're doing is that when the JLP MP gets it and he give it to the members who don't need it, they sell it. And they're selling it to the PNP who are needing it. Okay?
You
So if
know,
you
we must stop this damn nonsense in this country, where this PNP and JLP stupidness. Jamaica must come first.
Amen.
The people of our country must come first. And
Yeah.
Miss Mary, the only way we can come first the people must come first in this country, unless the Jamaican people get out of the mental psyche that when you were born, you wasn't born and a member of any political party.
Nope.
You're born a Jamaican, and Jamaica must come first. And we must put ourselves and this country first.
Yes.
Not a political party. A natural disaster hit the country, and the politics start to play. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, we're Jamaicans first. Okay, and that is it. We're out of many, we are one. We're one Jamaica. And I tell my friends here that on opposite side of the aisles all the time. I said, no, it's not the time for us to talk about PMP, JLP. We are one Jamaica. We have to help each other. We have to help our people. It bruises my heart when I see that, these people are sitting here and they're not doing anything because they figure this is a party that they don't like. It's not about that. It's one Jamaica. You have to take care of each other. Out of many, we are one. We don't have no time for this foolishness. We need zinc. Give a man the zinc that he need. He need a tarpaulin. Give the man the tarpaulin that he need. Why would you go and give it to somebody else because it's your party so that they can sell it to the man where so the man not even have money already? The man don't have no money. And this is foolishness. And you have it coming from the head. It is coming from Jamaica House. Because this is what the prime minister is advocating for. Because when I hear him talk and everything is the opposition this, the opposition that, and they're demonizing the opposition, stop it. He's not even talking to the opposition leader. Every time you hear that the opposition leader has called him, emailed him, he's come on television and given news broadcasts and say, I have reached out to the prime minister and he will not respond to me. That is madness. You have to respond to the opposition because you need to know from him the people in his areas of constituency that are in dire straits. He knows who they are. He can tell you where the aid needs to go so we can take care of the people. How can you have an opposition leader and not talk to him?
This has been going on for many years and it needs to stop. Let me say something to somebody in the chat room. At no time at all did Jeffrey Tavares or Miss Mary said that the UDC was replaced, that the Public Works Department was replaced by the UDC. At no time at all I said anything like that.
No, we did not.
So please, do not come over here and say that I said. I didn't say anything like that. What I said was this. Whichever genius and the two political party get rid of the Public Works Department, they need to put it back in place.
Yeah.
Because if the Public Works Department was in place, say in Hanover, or some part of St. James then that didn't get hit that much, they could have started cleaning the road, come all the way down into Westmoreland.
Long time.
Does it look good, Miss Mary, when you see, well, I can rephrase the question this way. If it wasn't for the grace and mercy of entertainers like Shaggy, Spice, Vibe Cartel, Sansky, what her name is, and all others, Beanie Man and all of them, Buju, when they decide to go down to Westmoreland, it is a fact that Spice ended up paying bulldozers to clear the road for her to go down there.
Yeah, she did.
It is a fact.
It's a fact. We saw the videos.
And you hear people come out and say, boy, you're bashing the government. I'm not bashing the government.
You're just talking the truth. You're talking the truth.
The truth must be told. And I'm not here for the PNP or JLP. As far as I'm concerned, they told us to wreck this country more than anything else.
Yeah.
But
that's the main problem here, is that we can't get anything done even here, because you have so many people from this party that want to not talk about this because they don't trust that person because they're from another party. And I spend so much time every day telling people it's not about a party, it's about the people. We have to worry about the people. Now they don't even want to, they've gotten so far now that they do not believe the suffering that we see. All the documented suffering with the news media, they say it is not true. It is not as bad as what we say it is. So I'm like, are you people believing a conspiracy? What is not true? Do they think we have actors?
Let me say this to everybody. And I'm not promoting anybody's program. But I'm going to say this publicly tonight. And I've been saying it on my program as many times as I come on. There's a young man who, at any given time he goes on air, he has all 5,000, 10,000 people watching him. And I speak none of that Andre Stevenson. Andre has gone down to the grounds all over this country, has been hit by Hurricane Melissa. And there's no way Andre do no AI video to put out. So for those who don't believe the devastation in this country, take a plane and come down here. Or go down there. Take a plane and go down there. The former president of the United States, Bill Clinton, came to Jamaica and announced to anybody. Yeah. And he flew over. And I'm pretty much sure the former president is saying that this looks like an atomic bomb. So for those who, because your party is in power, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a member of any political party, and I don't want to be a member of any political party. This country comes first for me.
That's right.
And I know what it's like to go to my bed without having the food in my belly. I know what it's like to be homeless. Listen to me, not because I have the name of a Tavares, you know. I say it to you tonight. I know what it's like to be hungry. And when you see your fellow Jamaicans running down places, running down trucks to get local food,
Jesus,
we must ask ourselves the question: when our political leaders want your vote, then take off all them boot and run across the Crocodile Black River to get to the vote. Where are they now?
Exactly.
In the telethon, how many politicians in Jamaica has donated any money to the telethon to help our people? How many? How many come publicly and say I'm donating $1 million to help my people? How many of our politicians who claim that they love the people of this country, how many of them have done it? That's the question we must ask ourselves. And I'm not being political tonight. But we must ask ourselves these questions. They say they love us, and they walk hills and valleys. They all climb Blue Mountain peaks to get to the vote. They run cross Black River with all the crocodiles in there. They run cross Black River to get to the vote. They have their shoes and run cross rivers. Where are they now? Are they walking hand in hand with the people who are being devastated? Have any of these politicians that I know of, I do not know if any of them done it. Have any of them take up a home, a 3 family from a home, or from whatever, and put them up somewhere? Have they done that?
I haven't heard of it.
Have any of our politicians who claim to love the people of this country? I don't know how to compare my program, but I don't give a flying kahuna and I beg nobody nothing. They didn't put on my check on the chin back on fire. How many of our politicians has taken up 3 family from a home in St. Elizabeth, from a disaster in St. Elizabeth or Westmoreland, put up into a hotel? How many of our politicians has given any member of a family a container home, apart from former member of parliament Lisa Hanna? How many other members of parliament in this country has taken up a container home and put our people who don't have a house in there? How many? You claim you love the people. Good God Almighty, show your love now. You claim you love the people of this country. This is the opportune time for you to show the Jamaican people that you truly love them.
That's right.
But all they can hear, your bad manners, light off a light off a light. If it was some other modern democracy, you, Darrell Vaz, would never be in parliament.
Never.
I will not stop saying it. If it was some other modern democracy, Darrell Vaz would have never sit in the parliament of this country. Or you don't take the Jamaican people for some kuno muno. You all take the Jamaican people for some sort of kuno muno. Because we don't have no sense. There's a television going on. How many of them have donated to the cause of what is going on in this country?
Good question.
How many?
I want to know if Darrell Vaz find Buju something them with him teeth out of the barrel yet.
God forgive me with that one.
Cause them gone with the man's stove, them gone with how much different things. Then him come and tell lie about say Buju is lying. Why would Buju need to lie when he showed the items that he put on the roster that went into the barrel? You know, this is ridiculous. People like that are doing so much for the country. Look, the other day they have Busta Rhymes came down there with this other guy that does movies. I forgot his name. You know. And the two of them, you see them walking up and down, giving out people, building supplies, food, clothes, everything. It's a damn shame. It shouldn't have to come to that where people have to come from America in Hollywood and in the industry of entertainment when we have a government. We have a government.
Sorry, but I have to. Oh, hold on. Okay. I think I did it. Did I? Oh Lord, what did I just do? Sorry, I think I had to. Oh Lord, what did I just do? Just a moment here. I'm getting a wrap-up signal from Cayman.
Okay.
Hold on for me, please. I think I did something wrong here a while ago. Just a moment for me, my viewers and subscribers. I am simulcast with the Cayman Islands, and I think I did something. Oh Lord. Okay, let me. I'm getting a wrap-up signal from them, so it's time to wrap up. I want to say your final words before you go.
I am hoping that the Jamaican government will do better than what they're doing, and that they will actually start to be help the people and become transparent with what's happening with the money and rescue the people that are in dire straits.
Mhm. Okay. I think we can yes. I want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a part of this program. Until you hear my voice again, I am Jeffrey Tavares saying so long. May
Thank
we do
you.
something to help our people. God bless you, and may God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Good night, Miss
God
Mary.
bless
Good night, everyone.
Jamaica. Good night.
Good night.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learn about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom
The wisdom and courage of my mind. We had us a break away from the simulcast in Cayman. I am being told that we can continue. I'm sorry that Miss Mary went off, but I think what we need to do is just wrap up the program now and don't, continue no more with the program. I want to say thank you again for coming on. We are working hard to get a member to come onto the program to give us some clarity of a lot of things that is going on. But I'm going to ask the question as I go. How many of our politicians donated to the cause? How many? How many of our politicians have donated to Jamaica? What is going on in our country? How many of them? As tonight, as we have to wrap up, we simply ask questions that need to be asked. That's what we're doing. Join me tomorrow on another edition of the Mek Wi Talk program. It's Christmas in the air. It's Christmas JA. Remember to help someone. The Bible said that when you give in secret, the Lord will reward you in public. I don't believe in giving people things and have cameras taking them pictures. I don't believe in that. I grew up in the old school of my grandmother and my godmother, of my adopted parents or my foster parents. That's what I believe, that when they're giving, I've seen them give. The whole world has not give them anything. Or give anybody anything. They give privately. And the God above reward them publicly. That's what I know. So if you're giving somebody something this Christmas, for God's sake, give it privately. If you're giving somebody something, your wife have to know about it. If you're giving somebody something this year, your husband have to know about it. The cameras don't have to see it. Let us help someone in need this Christmas. It's a time of giving. It's a time where we all must come together and help each other. As we rally around a single cause and a single purpose to rebuild this nation of ours that we call home. Remember the less fortunate of our land. This festive season, we can give them something to eat. God bless you. And may God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Good night, everybody.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learned about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching. As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others, not just ourselves. We learn about the heroes of Jamaica's past and how much of themselves and their lives they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country, more than just an island, more than land surrounded by water. They believed in a dream of a free nation of people, a nation built on the foundation of their sacrifices, a nation of many people working as one, a nation that would continue to produce legends and nation builders that serve towards that vision. As children, we were also taught the national pledge, a solemn promise, an undertaking. I would like to believe Sir Hugh Sherlock, while writing this pledge, understood the vision and dreams of our heroes. It's clear being a hero is too much to ever ask any one citizen. Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words. These words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so, like me, you made a pledge. Somehow it seems like many of us have forgotten that. The crime and violence, the indiscipline and short-sightedness, the corruption, the lack of respect for our beautiful lands we are blessed with, and the waters that surround and nurtures us. We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.